see me and hear me well right now, I closed the windows because it's raining and there's a lot of noise outside. I have a little list of things I want to talk about today. Mainly, I wanted to talk about escaping a toxic environment. Specifically, my top tips I have for doing that as someone who has escaped a toxic household environment. The tips that I want to share today are for someone who actually can't physically leave the house. It's just as important to find ways to escape that environment and to protect your inner self when you're still stuck in that environment. Honestly, I think the most important time to learn to protect yourself and to learn how to kind of escape that situation is when you're actually still stuck in it. And I remember when I was stuck in a really toxic home when I was a child, I would always try and look up ways to get out, look up videos on people who had been in those situations and how they had gotten out of them. I was always trying to find ways to escape my house, planning running away, things like that. Over the years, I've actually finally escaped that space. I'm now in my own space. I feel very happy and very safe. I feel like I'm finally able to embrace my core inner self and to grow and to change in ways that are helpful for me. And I learned a lot, and it was really hard. It was a really hard journey for me. But when you're in it, you don't realize how hard it is until you get out of it, and you have to do the inner healing work to work through the things that have happened. But I've done a lot of self-reflection, and I've learned some things that I used, and I really want to share the main tip that I used to escape that situation and to feel free inside myself while I was still physically stuck there. So I kind of just want to get into it. I wrote down my tips here. I kind of have an outline of what I want to talk about, but I might go off track and go all over the place, but I don't want this to be too long. So I'm going to try to stick to the plan and get through it. Okay, so the main message here is protecting your core inner self. That's what's most important, because that is what you're going to carry with you when you leave that environment, and that is the part of yourself that is only for you, that no one else can take away from you, that nobody can try and hurt you, break down. That's your core you inside of there, and she needs to be protected. That's the most important part of yourself. So all of this advice is about protecting her, because protecting her allows her to escape from the toxic environment. I know that there can be a separation of your physical body and your core inner self, but try and focus just on the core inner self and not physically being stuck in that environment, because it is hard to get tangled up in feeling like you're stuck there when actually you can leave in a non-physical way. So a lot of the typical advice that I would see online is you need to work really hard, you need to get this job, this internship, this opportunity, etc., to basically make enough money so you can get an apartment and get out of there and cut everyone off and move on. I totally understand that, and I definitely have had that mindset for a very long time. I understand where people are coming from, and that does work, but the thing is, for a lot of people who are stuck in these environments, your mental health is very low, and so forcing yourself to work harder and do more and putting all this pressure on yourself, I feel sometimes makes things a lot harder and isn't really productive when you're in that mental space. The other part of it is, if you're just physically moving out of the environment but not doing any inner healing work and protective work, then there's going to be a lot more work to do when you get out of that environment. I don't think working harder and trying to get out of it is anything bad. If you are doing that, that's amazing. But if you are feeling bad about yourself for not doing that, or feeling like you're not doing enough, I want you to know that I don't think that that is the most important part of it. I think what's most important is that we need to rest, we need to heal, and we need to find something that fulfills us. Rest and breathe. Find space for self and creativity. How do you do this? You have to find an activity that is self-fulfilling for you. Something you enjoy, something that you love doing, something that makes you feel happy and free and kind of takes you out of your life a little bit. This activity doesn't have to be out of the house, but if you can get out of the house, I think that's really helpful. So for me, what I found was that I really enjoyed running. I've always enjoyed being outside. I always enjoyed like running when I was a kid, but then I found like distance running like for, I don't know, like how adults do it for enjoyment, I guess. I don't really know. I found like a community of people who would run, and then I started like running on my own. And I would go out for my runs and it'd be like time for me. Like I would escape the house and I'd have this time that's just for myself and just for me to think and reflect. And that was so healing for me. So I wrote down like some examples of activities that can be. They can be out of the house and they can also be in the house, because I know people have different situations and sometimes you can't always escape that physical environment that you're in. So some ideas for out of the house. Take these ideas with a grain of salt. If you have another idea, I think that's much better, something that you actually enjoy doing. But these are just like some ideas to give you some inspiration. Outside, walking, running, hiking, swimming, gardening, anything you can do outside, connecting with nature. Inside the house, dancing, drawing, crocheting, painting, anything that really fulfills you. Now, the magic of this is that it's actually like a medium for manifestation. So doing something that's like self-fulfilling and is very enjoyable to you is actually extremely powerful for manifesting. So like when you do manifestation while you're doing something that's like raising your energy and making you feel good and happy inside, the manifestation is so much more powerful. So this is kind of where we're getting, this is like the main tip here. A self-fulfilling activity with manifestation in it. So this is kind of why I like an activity that doesn't take too much brain power, something that's like relaxing but fulfilling and exciting for you, but where you can manifest during it. So that is the key, the powerful message here is to find an activity where you can integrate some manifestation into it. This is really all that you need. This is the only thing that you need to do to get out of that environment. This is the most powerful part of it. This is what's gonna get you to your dream life. This is what's gonna get you out of there. This is like the main key message. And I didn't realize this. Like I was doing this for so long as like a protective habit, I guess, like a protective activity, and it was just making me feel better. And I was like, okay, I go for my run, I manifest my future life, I like envision it so specifically, like as if I'm almost there, and I'm like taken out of my like current life, not in a negative way. Like it was like very powerful envisioning my future self, and like I'm like, because I'm thinking about this so much and because I'm doing it with an activity that I enjoy and makes me feel good, it's like facilitating this very powerful manifestation process without me even realizing it. So for the manifestation, it can be like different ways. You can have a mantra, you can envision your future self. It can be like a very specific like image of like you in your home or in your job or like surrounded by people that you enjoy. Make it as specific as possible. Like really get into it. Like think, okay, on this day, like at this time, and like picture yourself, picture how you look, how you feel, the sounds and smells around you, who's around you, what are you doing, and like make it more specific each time. Like eventually you'll think of, okay, well, what was I doing like before this? How did I get to this place? And like just really draw so much energy into that image of yourself in the future, and like just focusing on it in that way, like energetically attracts those things to you. Like they come to you when you envision them like that, and it's so much more powerful when you do it along with something that's fulfilling to you. That is really the magic key here. So you want to make this like a regular practice. It can be a regular practice in any amount that feels good to you, any amount that is helpful to you and feels good. This should not be something that stresses you out and that you dread doing. If it's a few days a week for you, that's okay. If it's every day for you, that's okay. However amount, like whatever frequency that it is helpful for you is okay. So it can be like a short amount of time each day. It can be a longer amount of time other days. It can be a short amount of time every few days. Like whatever feels good to you. The main thing is that it's a consistent practice that you are engaging in and that you are pouring energy into it. So the reasons why this is so powerful is because it gives you time away from that environment, whether physically or emotionally or both, time away from the environment to rest, to relax, and to heal. This is like allowing you to come down, to bring your energy down, to feel good in your heart, to feel good in what you're doing, like time and space for yourself, to just drown out everything that's happening around you and to really focus on you and what matters. What actually matters is your core inner self and giving her time to rest and heal. So that's the first reason why this is so powerful. The second reason this is so powerful is because it facilitates future goal planning and ideas. So when you're manifesting your future self and things that you like want for yourself, places you want to be, jobs you want to have, friends you want to be around you, like it can be anything, feelings that you want, ways that you want to be, energy that you want to cultivate into your life, like planning that for your future within the manifestation is happening. You are thinking about your future, you're planning it, and you're actively working towards it just by manifesting and thinking about these goals and envisioning yourself. You are planning a very wonderful future for you that you deserve. So you are taking time to rest, recharge, and relax. You're planning for your future. And the third reason why this is so powerful, it's increasing your confidence. So like when you envision that self and that life that you want, like you start to feel a little bit better. You start to think, maybe I could really have this. Like at first it might just seem like a dream or a wish or a want, but over time it becomes really powerful and you start to get more confident in yourself and you're like, wait, I could have this. I could really deserve this. This could really be true for me. Because I'm thinking about it so much, it actually feels real for me. And that increases your confidence in yourself and gives you the momentum to actually get out of that space and to start working for that future for yourself. I want to emphasize that focusing on working hard and like what you need to do and like how much you need to do to get there is not helpful at this time. Right now, the rest, the relaxation, and the manifestation is the only thing you should be thinking about. So even though this is driving you towards your future goals and eventually allowing you to work for them, right now that is not the purpose. This is not about working harder. This is about taking care of yourself and actually creating an energetic space for you to be safe in the environment where you are. So don't think about working harder, just think about taking care of yourself and envisioning this beautiful, wonderful future that you deserve. And that is actually all I have to share today. I kind of wanted to make it short and sweet. I want to share more videos like this because I have just recently finally gotten into my own space in my own home and I feel like stable and safe, and I'm doing a lot of like work with my core inner child and things like that. And I feel like I have so much like advice finally coming out of me, like because when you're stuck in that environment for so long, you feel so repressed, you feel like you don't even know if anything you're doing is actually working, and then you get out of it and you realize all of these really powerful practices and ideas and things that you were doing that were really helping you to move towards a future that you really deserve. So I want to share more videos like this. I want to share more tips like this. I'm thinking of making one next week. If you have any like specific topics, ideas, things you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything helpful from this video, also let me know. And if you have anything to share from your own experience or your own life or any advice that you have, I would love to hear it. So please comment. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. And I will check back in next week with something totally new to share.